Hi guys, so for this video I'll be talking about I guess like my plans for the year in terms of collecting and maybe future videos that I'll be making when I'm traveling to like at least have something uploaded during the next 3 months, so hopefully it's entertaining enough. So I'll be looking through my laptop right here, kind of talking about the things I will be focusing on this year. I just decided to just pick these albums randomly because I wanted at least to have something over here, since I'll be looking at my laptop and kind of explaining what I'll be collecting. Yeah, one of the best pictures. I love version C for this. I really want to get it. I mean, not version C. I think it's version B. Well, the one where we're stepping on water is one of my favorite pictures of them. So hopefully one day I'll have it. So first, my main priority this year is, as I just talked about, Jobang is still my main focus this year. Over the past years, I've been putting them on hold because of the breakup. So I was mostly getting their newer stuff, and their older stuff I was always just I guess forgetting. And then when I made my collection video last year, well, at the end of last year, I saw the huge difference between other groups that like I don't love as much, but I had more albums than I had from those groups than I had from Dongbang. So with Yuchan's solo this year, I felt so bad because, his solo was like, how much money is in your wallet or something? So I was like, oh, I'm not buying from you guys. But, I got my things together, and as you can see from a lot of the hauls that I made early this year, I went all in terms of buying the Dongbang stuff, and I think, yeah, as of right now, it's the group I have the most stuff for, so they are my number one in terms of boy groups. So I'm really glad I was able to increase my collection for them this year, and I want to keep doing that. So in my list, I didn't really specify what things, because I got most of the main things that I wanted. I want some of the storybooks, the first and second for sure, as a priority, and catch up on Junsu's solo stuff. So it's like both JYJ both JYJ and TVXQ releases as well. Some older things, some Japanese singles that have songs that are not included in their Japanese full-length albums. So that's those are things that I really want to get. Other than that, for Dongbang, I don't think I'm gonna buy any DVDs or anything like that. I might be getting the concert CDs as Toho Shinki, and maybe as Dongbang in Korea. But I'm glad that I have all of their full-length albums in Japan, and I'm just hopefully catching up on whatever's being released, since you never know with anything with them, because Age just talked about Junsu getting a full-length album, and I did not expect that. I was expecting like a mini album, but you know, I'm not complaining, so I want that full-length album. I need to get his mini album that he released late last year, and his what do you call it, his repackage or special edition of Flower. But that one I'm not really focusing on, since it's quite expensive, but I am planning to get it. And you know, here I'll just get random stuff here and there if the year goes well and I find decent prices. And next to my other number one, but in terms of girl groups, Sonyoshite, so SNSD Girls' Generation. I want to get, of course, the Tiffany solo that's getting released this year. Also counting Jessica here in SNSD, because, you know, in my heart they're 9, so they're her solo. For sure, I'm buying Taeyeon's solo this year. Whenever that gets released, I thought it was going to be in April, and then I guess it was going to be on May, but it seems SM is going to push it back a little bit, so we might get it at the end of the summer if Tiffany's coming back. And I don't think SM is gonna put Taeyeon against EXO or anything like that. And to get her first mini album, which I ordered I think twice, but it got lost twice. Yeah, my luck. And then specific things that I want to get is their complete collection for the best. So they have, I want to get the best, the most limited edition, which includes like most of their music videos, and basically it's extremely expensive, but I want to get it because it has the new song and it has the music videos. And then get the repackage of the best, which includes the song Divine and a song called Chain Reaction. Yeah, but I hate the packaging for that one, because it comes with this plastic thing of them. This plastic thing that's completely useless, is really ugly. And I was hoping to get the regular version, but the regular version does not have all the tracks. It doesn't include like one of the tracks that I want, so I'm kind of pissed about that. But I really want to get the best compilation album, since it includes like very, very strong SNSD ballads that were new, like Divine, Indestructible, and then you got the pop electro track Chain Reaction, plus in the music videos that it comes with. And then relating to that, I want to get their Paradise and Phuket, the DVD version of that. I have the photo book, but I want to get the DVD version of that. And I might, because it includes some of the music videos that are not included in the complete, the best limited edition. That's why I want to get that. And I might get some photo books, but that's not a priority right now, because I want to get them for collection purposes, but I don't think I would ever like look through them in reality, but who knows. And then the next group, SHINee. So SHINee, I want to get their last Japanese album to keep up with their Japanese discography, and their first Japanese album, which I haven't gotten the opportunity to buy, because things got in the way for me buying it. And then whatever SHINee releases this year, I'm planning to buy. So hopefully Jonghyun's solo in the summer, and then Jonghyun's Story something, his other album that he released last year. Hopefully we get Onyu album or anything from SHINee. I will try to buy. And I need to get the for Lucifer, which are Hello, and then the repack for Odd Eye, which is Married to the Music. I feel so bad because I love Shiny, and I don't think I really talk about them that much in any of my videos, but I do collect Shiny, so I always get distracted with so many other groups, but I usually do get whenever they release something during the year, I do get it. So, for example, I got Taemin's solo release that was just completely flawless. So hopefully we do get other solos. So Jonghyun's confirmed. I'm hoping for Onyu, since Onyu was in Descendants of the Sun. He did get a lot of more like newer fans through that drama, so I'm really happy about that. And maybe Key getting like a opportunity, but I don't know. But in terms of Shiny, I do want to get those. I don't know about collecting the singles for them in Japan, but that's more of like whenever if I ever complete their collection, and I have nothing to collect, I might be willing to get their Japanese singles, but that's not like a priority because I don't have that much space, and I'm more than satisfied with having their main releases, so like their full-length albums in Japan, unless it includes like a song that I really, really like that it's not included in the first full-length album that's in a single. Yeah. And then for Infinite, of course, I want to get Woohyun solo album, so that's definitely going to be something I am planning to buy. And then there's second full-length full-length album in Japan for you. So I recently got their first full-length album in Japan, which I got so late. Feel so bad. And then the She's Back Japanese version limited edition. I love the photo book, and I really want to get that. I just haven't gotten the I need the money to buy it, but I don't have it right now. So that's something I want to get. And then whatever Infinite releases as well. For my main groups, of course, I'm going to try to buy whatever they put out. So I'm like ready for anything Infinite really in Korea. And then if I do complete these things, I might move on to their singles, because I don't know, for Infinite I want to collect their singles for some odd reason, and I don't think that's a good idea because that's just another hole in my wallet. But you know, I love Infinite so much as well. And hopefully there's other solos in subunit albums. So I want an Infinite comeback, Infinite F comeback, and a Infinite H comeback as well. And then AOA, I'm planning to get AOA Black one day, hopefully this year. So of course, support their comeback in May, and whatever they put out, if they ever, because they did say they were going to release some more stuff throughout the year, so hopefully that's not a lie from FNC, and I think they will, because they did get a lot of popularity over the past 2 years, and to keep up with being in the public eye, they need to keep releasing stuff. And I think it was very smart of what they did this year early on. So with the AOA Cream and the Choa single near the end of the year last year, and then so we are often hearing of AOA somehow, and I really enjoy their Japanese single, so I think I might be starting to collect their Japanese singles as well. And of course, for full-length albums in general, I always try to buy the full-length albums in Japan if I don't buy the singles. But I really enjoyed their last single in Japan, which is their first original single, if you don't count as Oh Boy as a single, which is more of like a title track for an album. And next, Brown Eyed Girls, of course, get Guy solo that she hopefully, it's not a lie and does happen this year, and I am praying it does, and I'm praying it does very soon, because everything Guy does as a solo I just completely adore. She's I don't know if you know, but she is one of my ultimate biases, so I think she's just so perfect as a performer. She just does everything so differently. I just love her so much. So hopefully that does happen early on this year, and hopefully Brown Eyed Girls come back. That's always a thing I always want. But the thing with Brown Eyed Girls, they usually take 2 years to make a comeback. But I don't know if they're going to do this with the new company that they're on, because it's quite difficult to guess whether or not they're going to come back. But they did talk about them having a comeback this year, and I hope it's not just a rumor and it is actually going to happen. And then for them, I want to get Jazz and Mirio's solo albums, which I'm missing. And I hope I find them at a decent price, because they are out of print and it's like quite difficult to find them sometimes. And then of course there are mini albums in Korea that I don't have, because I am like so upset that I don't have those, because those have one of my favorite songs by them, and they're also out of print. So I gotta search for that and get their Abracadabra album, which is kind of weird for me not to have, which is one of like their most iconic comebacks, and it has one of their most popular title track. And then they get the repack of 6 Cents, which is cleansing cream. Oh, I love Cleansing Cream. It's such a great song, so I want to get that as well. So Brown Eyed Girls, definitely on my list this year. So just as disclaimer, most of the groups I'm into are older groups, so a lot of these things maybe you don't like. So next is Kara. So with the recent news of Yuri saying like the group hasn't completely disbanded yet, that's just brighten up my heart. You never know what's gonna happen, and I have some faith in Kara, releasing something one day. So that makes me happy. But I'm really, 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 really happy that Jiyoung's doing her thing in Japan. Hopefully I get the single whenever I can, because I really want to get that. I really loved it. And support Nicole with her stuff as well. But as of right now, I really want to get the older stuff, because I don't want to be struggling to get it, because obviously DSP is not going to make more copies of these things, especially the older things. So I want to get that. So I'm going to try to get their really early Korean stuff that I don't have. That's one of my main priorities this year. And then, of course, get all of their Japanese stuff, Japanese albums. And for Kara, I think they're going to be a special occasion. I usually don't collect Japanese singles, not even for SNSD, which that might change whenever, if ever, I complete SNSD of the things I want. Because Kara, for me, their Japanese singles are very special, like they are for Donbangshinki. So I want to get their Japanese single. So that's one thing that I want to make happen. But priorities is their Japanese albums and full-length albums, and their early stuff in Korea that I don't have. And of course, try to support whatever they put out this year, because they, as a as individual solos, they don't get as much support as they do as a group. And that's one thing about Kara that I really enjoyed. They were really tight as a group. I don't know, it just really clicked, especially with them as five. It just clicked. Everything clicked. The songs, everything. So please support the girls with whatever they put out, because it's important, since it shows that they're willing to support them as solo artists, and hopefully they do make like a anniversary next album next year, since it's their 10th anniversary. But who knows? And Nicole is making a comeback in July, so I'm excited about that as well. And then Super Junior. So Super Junior is kind of like Super Junior is probably the group with the second most stuff that I have in terms of board groups, and I think in terms of overall. But I really have to see that by the end of the year, because I buy Super Junior like throughout the year, and I don't really realize how much I buy, because Super Junior is one of those groups that they have like too much stuff. I think in terms of overall things, they might be with the most stuff to collect, because they release so many things. It's just too difficult to keep up with. And they are within my top 5 groups, and I do try to collect most of the things, and having so many other groups to worry about, I always here and there I'll buy their stuff. One of the things I really want to focus on is their Japanese first full-length album, and some repackages of their albums in Korea. And then another major thing is their solo stuff, which I really, really, really behind, because I bought Kyuhyun's both first and second mini albums, and those got lost. Really pissed about that, because I was so excited to get them, because I really enjoyed the songs, especially the title track for his first mini album. It's so nice to listen to. And then of course I need to get Jomi's mini album, and Yesung, Railwook, and then whoever like releases stuff. And I also want to get Donghae's and Eunhyuk's present mini album in Japan. It's so good. I really want to get that, and get Magic, the repackage of Devil. So Super Junior is like whatever I don't have, or whatever I see that it's a good price that I want to add to my collection, I usually buy. So that's why in my hauls, you randomly see like Super Junior things that like are really old, or just strange, because so like for instance, like Super Junior and Domangshi collaborated a lot in like SM Town stuff. So whenever it's like completing 2 things with one purchase, because I'm completing Super Junior and I'm completing Donbang Shinki at the same time. So that's really nice, because it just makes it so much easier for me. And in general, whenever I collect anything SM Town, it's always for all the other SM Town artists that I collect from. So Super Junior, I really I will get things randomly this year, and hopefully I do end up getting the majority of the solos, because the only solos I've completed are Henry. Yeah. And then moving on to another SM group, EXO. So EXO, another funny, weird situation with them. I usually buy everything EXO puts out this year, like at least, if not one of the language versions. So sometimes I buy the Korean, sometimes I buy the Chinese, but I do want to get both, because Lay sings more on the Chinese versions most of the time, and I want to hear Lay more, because Lay is my bias, or I guess one of my biases in EXO. So I want to get the Exodus Lay version, get Overdose, the Korean version, get the concert album, the limited edition for the first one, get whatever they put out this year, the Japanese single for Let Me Write, and I think EXO will promote a lot in Japan, if not this year, next year, because that's where the money's at. But it's not like they're gonna leave Korea completely, because SM is not that stupid, unless they're gonna focus on NCT, and who knows. And for the Japanese Let Me Write single, I want to get the Lay version, at least that one, but maybe the group one or Baekhyun and Suho's, but Lay for sure. The Christmas album, what's it called? Miracles in December. I think is the Chinese version that I'm missing. And then get Suho or Baekhyun Sing For You Korean version, because I have the Chinese version with Lay. Yeah. So it's kind of like funny because you do have the Chinese and the Korean versions, and I collect both. Yeah, I fall under that SM's marketing of buying both albums, but one of the main reasons why I do it is due to Lay's situation, and I don't think they're gonna stop doing the Chinese versions because that's more money. And then another group that I really love, Tiara. I do have majority of Tiara stuff, so I'm not worried about that. So I really want to get Hyomin's solo from this year, but that's not a priority right now. And Eunjung's solo stuff as well that she released last year didn't really get my attention, which is quite sad, because usually I just love everything they put out. And then get the So Good album that includes So Crazy, because I'll buy it regardless because of collection purposes. And hopefully the comeback that they'll have this year, and hopefully it's a a full-length album, because that means they'll have at least more than one music video or one title track, because MBK, that's one of the good things about MBK, that whenever their artist releases a full-length album, they release like 2 to 3 or sometimes 4 music videos. So I really like that. And then A-Pink, Eunji's solo stuff, and recently in the news came out that there might be more like a subunit or solo. So I'm willing to support that in whatever A-Pink does as a group. That's a good thing with me and A-Pink, with their Korean stuff. I have always kept up with whatever they released in Korea, and that's one of the groups I'm not behind, which I'm really happy about. Really proud of myself for that. But I'm not planning to get any of the Japanese singles. Maybe their Japanese album if I have some extra cash and I find it at a decent price. And for the solo and subunits, I'll put that behind, but always by the end of the year, at least having the group album, because I really want that. And then for a group that maybe some of you guys don't know, Double A's 501, they're very special to me because they're one of those groups that I was into. Well, I'm still into them. When I was when I first got into K-pop, so they're very nostalgic feel for me, and I want to get their, of course, the release that they had this year. I almost ordered it, but when I almost bought it, the shipping went off really high, so I was like, okay, I'll buy this later on. So buy their older stuff. So if you see random old stuff from them, yeah, that's why I want to get their most, if not all of their things, including solo releases. because I love them so much. And thank goodness they're more active now. Hopefully they get another comeback for the subunit that they had early this year. And then CN Blue, I want to get their Together album, which is their second full-length album that they released last year. I don't think they're going to release another release this year, so I'm not worried about that. Get their mini album for Blooming and their first mini album, Blue Tory. Yeah, it's quite funny because I usually do end up getting whatever they release every year, but I didn't get to buy it Together last year, which made me really upset because I was really debating on whether to buy the limited edition or like A or B version of the album, and I'm still debating it. So I really have to watch some unboxings to see what I want, which one I will get. But definitely catch up on CN Blue because I don't like for them to be all messy. And then CN Blue's brother group, FT Island, which are like my I don't know, like they hold a special place in my heart. FNC has screwed them over the past few years, but I support them because if you want to get into a group that's really honest and very genuine, I would recommend FT Island. But FT Island is more geared towards lower and rock side. So if you don't like that, then yeah, you can't really get into that. But honestly, they're really, really entertaining to watch. And they're so honest. That's one of the things why I love them so much. They're not fake. So, or they don't put up an act. I know that a lot of the idols are like forced to act a certain way, but FT Islands have like surpassed caring because their fans like them for who they are. So at least they have that freedom. But FNC has like screwed with them the last few years. So I want to get their repackaged for the first full-length album, find it at a decent price. I really, really want it. And then get the Honky solo that I didn't get last year because I was short on money. And Colorful Sensibility Part 2. And then by then, hopefully I will move on to the Japanese stuff because I haven't really listened to the Japanese things. And I think from what I've heard from other people, like it's quite good. So once I complete that Korean stuff, I will move on to that. And hopefully I do have enough money to buy whatever they put out this year. Because I always try to buy from them to support them. And then One Day, or also known as 2 a.m. to p.m., one thing that I really want from them is their Japanese things. Especially for 2 a.m. I need Nocturne to complete my Korean discography. And so I really want that. And for